Coming up on today's San Francisco 49ers Report, I'm Chase Sr. Appreciate all of you for being here with us. I understand there are so many content options out there, so the fact that you're here, that's absolutely awesome. Latest Niners injury news coming your way with an important Deebo Samuel update and more Niners roster moves. I also want to take a look at some fascinating Brock Purdy numbers. But first, today's show is sponsored by RexMD, the #1 leader in men's telehealth. You can get 90% off and only pay $2 per dosage at rexmd.com/chat. 90% cheaper with generic. Fellas, do you sometimes lack confidence in the bedroom? Do you wish that you could have a more fulfilling sex life? Well, you're not alone. That's why we're excited to tell you about RexMD, the online source for men's wellness. RexMD offers an easy and discreet way to get the medication that you need for ED without having to visit a doctor's office. With just a few clicks, you can have your medication delivered straight to your door and at a fraction of the cost of traditional pharmacies. RexMD's team of licensed physicians will work with you to find the right treatment plan, and their medication is made right here in the good old USA. So you can trust its quality because of that. Plus, their customer support team available 24/7 to answer any questions or concerns that you may have. So, if you're ready to take control of your sex life, say goodbye to ED, head on over to rexmd.com/chat, start your consultation today, and take advantage of their best deal they've ever offered. Save up to 90% off and only pay $2 per dosage with our exclusive link. It's rexmd.com/chat. rexmd.com/chat. So on the Niners injury news front, sigh of relief following Thursday Night Football, in which San Francisco was dominant once again, and the Niners coming out of that game, home opener at Levi's, escaped their first Thursday night game relatively healthy. It seemed as though the Niners on the field were able to stay healthier than the fans getting in fights in the stands. As for the latest on Deebo, by the way, if you fight at a sporting event, you are an absolute fraudulent loser. Anyway, going back to Deebo, no fracture in his ribs. We saw that he kind of landed on the football after picking up yards after the catch because the Yak King was yakking on Thursday night, and he was in a lot of pain. Kyle Shanahan with an update on Friday saying, yeah, Deebo still in a lot of pain, sore following Thursday Night Football, but the good news is he is listed as day-to-day. Adam Schefter with the follow-up. Tests on Friday on Deebo Samuel's ribs did not reveal any breaks, but he was, in the words of head coach Kyle Shanahan, pretty sore, so it'll be day-to-day. He's probably pretty sore because he was running through the Giants. He made the Giants look like the little G-men on Thursday Night Football. 12 targets, caught half of them with those 6 grabs, 129 yards, average yards per catch of 21.5. Had that touchdown on the beautiful, beautiful back shoulder ball from Brock Purdy to Deebo, 27 yards, perfect placement. Really good defense by Adoree Jackson, good defense, better offense. And Deebo, what's crazy is that he did catch that 27-yarder, but outside of that, he was able to get 129 yards, and a majority of those yards picked up after the catch because he's so great in the open field, and somehow he can create a lane in between 2 defenders, split 2 defenders, and pick up yards after the catch. The yak numbers from Thursday Night Football, not just for Deebo, but across the board, wild. And the Giants, they struggle with tackling. They struggle with containing these weapons on the screen here. 81 of Deebo Samuel's 129 yards picked up after the catch. That's crazy. George Kittle, 49 of his 90, so more than 50% of his yards after the catch. He looked really good. I think he's starting to round into form after dealing with that groin injury for a while. Christian McCaffrey, 46 yards after the catch. Jawan Jennings, 17 of his 31 yards. And then Elijah Mitchell, 15 as well. So from Deebo Samuel to Dre Greenlaw, more solid news here, and kind of this mini bye week for San Francisco coming at a pretty good time because they don't play for 2 Sundays, of course, up until they go up against the Arizona Cardinals. Once again, home game at Levi's. Dre Greenlaw suffered a low ankle sprain. He is listed as day-to-day, and his Pro Football Focus numbers up to this point. I think he's been a better player than what the PFF numbers indicate. What I look at for Dre Greenlaw, the coverage numbers, because he's a coverage linebacker and an off-ball linebacker, and the coverage grade really good. The pass rush grade, he's not much of a pass rusher, right? Against the run defense, you play him more off-ball. It's Fred Warner oftentimes and Talanoa Hufanga who come up to the line of scrimmage on some of those blitz packages. The overall grade is brought down because of what he isn't utilized to do. And then it's balanced a little bit by the coverage grade, which is what he's really good at doing. But for Greenlaw, one of the best off-ball linebackers in the NFL, and what he does bring to this defense, a physicality element where he can strike fear into the opponent. His fellow linebacker, one of the backups here, Demetrius Fowles, I guess is how you pronounce it. He also suffered a low ankle sprain, just like Dre Greenlaw. He is also day-to-day, more of a special teams player. And then Brandon Aiyuk, of course, did not play on Thursday Night Football. The Niners really didn't miss him. They scored 30 points once again, which is right on their average ever since the Christian McCaffrey trade and since Brock Purdy became the team's starting quarterback. I thought it was a good move. I said the Niners are going to cover the 10.5, and they're going to win convincingly against the Giants with or without Aiyuk. So you can afford for him to rest up on that shoulder. He lands on it one more time, and maybe it turns into something more severe. Now he gets that mini bye week to rest up and get right. Another reminder, let's get that silver plaque from YouTube. We're approaching 100,000 subscribers, and we're less than 10K away. And if you're looking for informative, entertaining, insightful Niners analysis with shows coming your way every day with bold opinions as well, hey, hit that subscribe button right now. Brock Purdy continues to tear up NFL defenses at the intermediate portion of the field, and he's stellar when targeting 10 to 19 yards beyond the line of scrimmage. That's the range in which he is absolutely dominating right now. And on the year, Brock Purdy, when passing 10 to 19 yards at the intermediate area of the field, this is crazy to believe here. 19 of 21, 324 yards, 2 touchdowns, average yards per attempt at 15.4, and a quarterback rating nearly perfect. If it was 155, it would be perfect at 150.5. Wild. And you look at his passing chart here against the New York Giants on Thursday Night Football. It's just great how he's able to spread the ball out and complete passes to all three levels. 25 of 37 on the night on Thursday, 310 yards. It's the first time that Brock Purdy has thrown for 300-plus passing yards in a game. And the time to throw, the average time in which he took the snap to when he let it go, 2.34 seconds, the best of his career. And he was insane against the blitz. We broke that down on Friday's show. So with Purdy, a couple of interesting storylines here. When he's having that much success, 10 to 19 yards, you are pushing the ball downfield. That is not dinking and dunking. There are air yards there. You have to have anticipation when you throw that level. You have to be able to layer footballs in there. Over that second level, the pass to George Kittle on that left side was great. You have to be able to chuck it to Brandon Aiyuk like he did on the back shoulder ball for that touchdown week 1 against Pittsburgh. And the processing, the running of the offense, the accuracy, it all has to be there to live in that area. So for him to have that much success there is a great sign. Now, a lot of you might say, well, our defense is going to go up against that. Think about how much of a range that is, right? 10 to 19 yards. And then they'll hit you with a couple of screen passes like they did on Thursday to Deebo on the 3rd and 15 and Christian McCaffrey to the 3rd and 13. So defense could try to plan against it, but I'm going to bank on Kyle Shanahan coming up with some answers. And then if he gets that deep ball going like he did to Deebo on that 27-yard touchdown throw, one of the finest of his NFL career, and he's able to go up against the blitz like that, throw into Ronnie Bell, throw into Deebo on the zero all-out blitz, that is big boy quarterbacking stuff from Purdy, and that's why I'm excited about the prospect. Field Yates also with this roster move for the Niners, and earlier this week we talked about how San Francisco signed cornerback Anthony Brown, formerly of the Dallas Cowboys, tore his Achilles last year. Yesterday before the game, they released him. They signed Trey Swilling to the active roster. He played on Thursday Night Football. Now they've waived him. He, I think, was penalized on special teams at one point. I think he contacted the returner on Thursday, if my memory serves me correctly, but he's a 24-year-old corner. They go with the vet here, and they probably wanted to see where that Achilles injury is, but Anthony Brown, no doubt, the better player and the more experienced player. I do want to ask this question as we forecast ahead. Next game for the Niners, 2 Sundays against Arizona. They've been feisty the first 2 weeks. How many points will the Niners score against the Cardinals? Drop that number down below right now.